clear to play.
MiniWarGamer Dave here from MiniWarGaming.com. Welcome Wargamers to a rules you get wrong. Don't typically make these videos. There's no really particular reason why I don't make them. I just don't make them. But now I've decided to make one just because I want to get more into battle reports and actually focusing on the rules a little bit more. So this is for the last Batrep that was posted that I was in. Space Wolves versus Chaos Space Marines, 1,500 points. I was playing against Shane. Link in the video description to that battle report if you haven't seen that battle report, because there will be spoilers in this Rules You Get Wrong video pertaining to that battle report. But let's get right into it. I've drawn all the rules corrections from the comments that you have left in the videos. Thank you very much, by the way, for leaving those comments so that I could learn how to play the game better. Because from no more than any selfish reasons, for me, it's to learn the game better for myself. But you guys just leave them because you like to leave them, I think. Unless you're like, I want to help Dave out and I'm going to leave this. Maybe that's your reason. If that is the reason, that's awesome. But anyway, getting started here. Seardon wrote, Dave, aspiring sorcerers are only Psyker Mastery 1, so they can only have a psychic from the Tzeentch psychic list. Also, unless your Daemon Prince has a Mastery level 2 for psychic, it as well can only roll on the Tzeentch table, which also means even if it could roll for divination, it would not give the psychic, it would not give the Prince enough warp charge to use the psychic you have, if it is a level 1 psyker. I was planning a similar army myself and looked into how it worked. Nice banter though, sorry to see the Daemon Prince fall. Okay, page 30 in the Chaos Space Marines Codex, it says this exactly. Under the 4 gods of chaos, 3 of them, it mentions having psychic abilities pertaining to these gods of chaos, and it says that if your psyker has one of these marks of chaos, with the exception of Khorne, then you have to take at least 1 psychic power from that psychic, from that god. So in this case it was Tzeentch, and even in the case of a Daemon Prince, it says that when they are given at least a mastery, a psychic mastery, that they have the psyker special rule. And since they are a psyker with that mark of chaos on them, they have to take at least 1. So the psychic abilities that were given to my guys, not only my Daemon Prince, but my actual aspiring sorcerers, it was incorrect in this battle report. So I shouldn't have given them Psychic Shriek. They should have had something from the Tzeentch psychic disciplines. So I'll definitely remember that for next time, because that's a very big deal. Blood Angel 9. Also, you start 24 inches away from each other at least, so that Daemon Prince psychic power wouldn't have been able to target the Space Wolves. So this is actually one of those things that is debated heavily in the wargaming community. How we play here is if you deploy 12 inches up and 12 inches up, then you are 24 inches away from each other, and if you have an ability that is 24-inch range, then you hit the guy that is 24 inches away from you. That's how we play here at MiniWarGaming, and since we haven't found anything that's concrete that says that you are a little less than 12 inches, it says that you're within 12 inches. That's how we play here, so that's the response to that comment. Cantoken. Okay, so Logan is within 2 inches of the squad at the start of the turn, during the movement phase, during the shooting phase. How is he not assaulting with the squad? If you don't want Logan incoherency, move him more than 2 inches away, which clearly didn't happen. Page 39 in the 40K rulebook under independent characters states this. So that was done incorrectly, but that's fine. I didn't mind, because I didn't actually realize it at the time. Also, well, had I realized it, I wouldn't have allowed it to happen, because why would you allow something to happen that you know is wrong? But after the fact, I know that mistakes happen, so that's okay. Thavian, Dave, your Prince has a 4-up invulnerable, not 5. 1 for being a demon, and 1 for Mark of Tzeentch. This is actually incorrect, Thavian. Page 33 of the Chaos Space Marines Codex, under Demons of Tzeentch, it says that they have a hatred towards Demons of Nurgle and can re-roll all saving throws of 1. That's what it says. It doesn't say that their invulnerable save is increased by 1 or upgraded, nothing like that. That's the regular Mark of Tzeentch that is given to your units, your guys, but not the Demon Princes, not the Demons of Tzeentch. It's different. if it was, hey, it's in my favor, right? I would definitely want this to happen, but it doesn't say it in the codex, and so it doesn't happen. You still have a heavy support voice though, so you're forgiven. Page 40, hold on. My Demon Callista. 1,000 Suns can't overwatch. They are slow and purposeful. Page 42 of the 40K rulebook states this. You are absolutely correct. I did that incorrectly. I actually forgot they were slow and purposeful. This is my first time fielding them, so I just was a little bit overzealous to fire the AP3 at the unit that came in and drop potted and tickled the back of my Daemon Prince. Seardon. The Wolftail Talisman actually is in place of the Deny the Witch roll. You don't use both, unfortunately. So, page 62 of Space Wolves Codex under Wolftail Talisman says that if a psychic ability is being targeted on you, you can roll a die, and on a 5-up, you nullify it. Page 68 of 40K Rulebook under Deny the Witch says that on a 6+, you nullify it. And so the question here is, do you use both, or do you use one in place of the other? That's the question, right? Space Wolves FAQ, last updated January 2013, it says this. Can I attempt to use a Rune Priest's runic weapon, a Wolftail Talisman, and make a Deny the Witch roll to nullify an enemy psychic power? The answer is no. You can only make a single attempt to prevent an enemy psychic power, so choose your method carefully. Try to pass his invulnerable save. There you go. Captain Obvious says, you can't overwatch a psychic power. So this was left as a result of the psychic shriek being shot when something was trying to charge the unit of 1,000 Suns. And at page 69 of the 40K rulebook, under Witchfire, it says that Witchfire psychic shooting attacks are manifested during the psychic shooting phase. And the official update of the 40K rulebook, version 1.3, it says this. Can psychic shooting attacks be fired as snapshots, assuming that the psyker has enough warp charge available and requires a roll to hit? The answer is yes, but only in your own shooting phase. And this is the key part here. It says, this means that psychic shooting attacks cannot be made when firing Overwatch. So you're absolutely correct. I wasn't able to do that. And it further on down the FAQ list, it says, can you use a Witchfire power when resolving Overwatch? Specifically asks that. And the answer is a simple no. So, again, we did that wrong. I did that wrong. Part 4 of the battle report has a major glitch in it. I double checked it, so what I'm doing is I'm re-rendering and re-uploading it and replacing part 4. So for those of you who wish to watch that part, you can. And it's more for people watching the battle report in the future, when they watch it on YouTube or on the site, then it won't be a DJ remix part of speaking words that have nothing to do with the relevant battle report. So that'll be fixed shortly. So when you're watching this video, it may not be fixed yet because I'm doing it literally as I'm talking right now, so it's probably not even done rendering, but in a day it'll be fixed. Drago's Wingman. Doesn't the new FAQ state you can only kill as much as in your max range, so Psychic Shriek may not have killed as much as it did depending the range? I didn't find this in the FAQ, so that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist somewhere else. I just think that I'm going to have to rely on what the psychic ability says, and it says that if a unit, an enemy unit, is within 12 inches, then you make a psychic roll, and if you pass it, then you roll 3d6, and you compare that to the unit's leadership. You take away their leadership from the result of the 3d6, and the leftover number is the amount of unsaved wounds that that unit takes. Unsaved wounds of any kind. That means invulnerable saves. So, I'm going to double check that. Is it unsaved wounds of any kind? I am double checking this right now. I don't want to get that wrong in the Rules You Get Wrong video. That would be embarrassing. So, this is Telepathy, Primaris Power. Second shriek of the Witchfire power with a range of 12 inches. Roll 3d6 and subtract the target's leadership. The target unit suffers a number of wounds equal to the result. Armor and cover saves cannot be taken against wounds caused by Psychic Shriek. So invulnerable saves can be taken. Caught myself before I declared it as law. So yes. But because it says that the target unit suffers a number of wounds equal to the result, then like if the first row of guys is within that 12 inches, but there's guys after that 12 inches, I would assume that it affects them too, because it doesn't state anywhere that it doesn't affect them. That's what I would do in the future. Unless somebody is able to cite in the comments of this video, if they're able to cite a source, exactly the source that it says otherwise. Not just I heard somewhere, or this is where it says here, or even a comment like in the latest FAQ, because then I'll have to spend I don't know how long blindly searching for something. If there's a specific thing, like if it says the latest FAQ, page 4 of the FAQ, that's better, because then I look on page 4 instead of the 10 pages that it is or whatever. So that'd be useful for me in this case. Thank you very much for watching this video. This video was fun for me to make because I want to learn the rules better. I want to be able to play better and have more fun, because it's more fun when we. It's kind of like when I was watching the documentary on Taxi Driver, Jodie Foster and Robert De Niro. Jodie Foster, when she was like later on, this like in the DVD, she was being interviewed, and she was saying that Robert De Niro was helping her go through the lines. Jodie Foster was like a teenager in this movie. She was like 13 or 14 or 12 or whatever, how old she was. And she was saying that De Niro helped her with her lines and her acting. And he said that they rehearsed in this one scene. They were sitting in this coffee shop and they rehearsed it over and over, hundreds and hundreds of times, so many times. And after a while, they started to improvise because they knew the lines so well, they knew the scene so well, they knew each other's lines so well that when they improvised, because they had that base knowledge of knowing instinctually what to do, that their improvisation was just an addition to that. And they were able to play with their emotions, so to speak, because they already knew. They weren't focusing on remembering the lines. They already knew it like the back of their hand. They were having fun with the spontaneity of the moment in reaction to each other. So I compare that with knowing the rules of this game that we play and the banter that happens. So my goal and my theory is that if I know the rules better, then I can focus on having fun with the game more and not focusing on the rules so much, because they're second nature. So thanks again for leaving comments in the video. I'm not going to make a rules you got wrong for the battle report before, and I try to preempt it as much as possible because I know that mistakes are going to happen regardless, and so I try to preempt the comments by leaving comments within the video, and I catch a lot of them. I obviously don't catch every single one, but thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.